So the triangle inequality. Sadly, it's a very well-kept secret, but it shouldn't have to. So if I give you three lengths, say 3 feet, 2 feet, and 14 feet, the question is it possible to draw a triangle where these are the side lengths? What do you think? Yes, no, just guess. It's okay not to have a firm opinion.
No, because two sides added up are still less than the other side.
Okay, well, you do know the triangle inequality then. So if we attempted to do that, sorry, the sun is up, that's unexpected. So see what the problem is? These things are flapping around, but they are too short to bridge over 14. So a triangle has three things. There are three angles, 3 points. Those points are called vertices. Vertex, vertices. Those are usually, if we use A and B and C, that's kind of natural for a triangle. But there are also 3 angles. And for that, in this class, and forgive me, but you will live, we're going to use lowercase Greek letters for A, B, and G. I don't know, Psi was not workable for C. So this is all for the lowercase Greek version of A. And standard labeling means that it has to go where point A lives. These two are naturally, organically belong together. Otherwise, every geometry problem with a triangle would take ages to explain and half a page. Beta, which is kind of fun to write, is with B, and this is gamma. Looks like, I don't know, the number 8 after some sort of accident. It's actually the letter G, but we use it with C. And then there are 3 sides. Yes. There are 3 sides, A, B, and C. And now let me ask you this. There is 2 sides coming out from point A. Which one should we label side lowercase a? 2 sides come out from point A. Side A is the only one that doesn't, right? There are 2 sides coming out from this point. This is, I'm digressing because this is not a triangle inequality, but I should have started with standard labeling. So this is how things are going to go. You will see there is all kinds of good ideas about it. This is not a bad way to go. And this is something quite universal. Usually it wasn't a problem. Now that we have standard labeling, so I copied the same triangle. And so the fact that between 2 points, the shortest distance is the straight one, you have probably heard it. Sometimes they quote it in movies that between 2 points, the shortest distance is the straight one. But that means that this strip should be longer. And that's exactly the triangle inequality. The triangle inequality is that any side alone should be less than the other 2 added. So let's see, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. There. Given 3 lengths, the triangle exists if the triangle inequality holds, which means A has to be less than B plus C, and B has to be less than A plus C, and C has to be less than A and B. Now, when the 3 numbers are given, we don't have to check all 3, because of course 14 plus 2 will be bigger than 3, and of course 14 plus 3 will be, it's basically these 2 against the longest one that you have to really check for. But that's the easiest one. I will not ask you the easiest things, like I'll give you 3 numbers and say, could this be a triangle? It's a little bit more exciting if I give you 2 numbers and say, what number could X be? Because now you have to worry about X being too large and too small. What do you think? What numbers are acceptable? And not just integers. There are all kinds of other numbers and integers, right?
X is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal, or no, greater than but not equal to 0, and then less than and not equal to 13.
The end, I agree, but the beginning, I think 1 is a problem, because 1 plus 5 is too short.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, so obviously 5 plus 8 should be bigger than X, hence the X has to be less than 13. But also 5 plus X should be more than 8. And that means X better be more than 3. And then 8 plus 5 bigger than 8 plus x bigger than 5 is not going to give you any useful information because, of course, x should be bigger than -3. It should be a distance, right? Distances are non-negative. But these two are kind of meaningful. So x has to be logged between 3 and 13. So you see, even the triangle inequality can be a little bit fun. And also, I want to warn you that this notation is called inequality notation. I love it. This thing in interval notation. Okay. So that's the triangle inequality. Any questions?